Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Good evening, Coventry United fans, South Normanton fans, football supporters from all around. Welcome to another edition of Coventry United TV, coming to you live from the MJ Robinson Structures Arena in Derbyshire, the home of South Normanton Athletic FC, for tonight's match in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division between South Normanton Athletic and Coventry United. We are just 5 minutes away from kickoff for today's match, and if Coventry United can continue their push up the table, the Red and Greens fans who have made their way up the M1 to Derbyshire will be going home very happy, and recent records certainly lie with the Red and Greens. 5 wins in the last 7 games. They're coming to a team in South Normanton that really could do with the points. They're in a right old pickle at the bottom of the table, firmly in a relegation battle, but they do have a not so secret weapon up front, wearing the number 9 shirt today, former Derby County, Nottingham Forest and Coventry City striker Marcus Tudguy. That brings us swiftly on to today's team news. So for South Normanton Athletic, number 1 in goal, Curtis Hill. Number 2, Dave Lee. 3, Nathan Morley. Number 4, Kane Jellyman. Number 5, Mark Stryzewski. I'm going to get that wrong a whole load of times, so if you're listening back to this, Mark, apologies. He is the captain for the Shiners today. Number 6, Jacob Wright. 7, Tom King. I believe it's the same Tom King who used to play for United last season. And number 8, Matt Eiley. Number 9, Marcus Tudguy. Number 10, Lee Fell. And number 11, Tom Lewis. On the bench for the Shiners, number 14, Josh Ray. Number 15 is Tom Layton. And number 13, the goalkeeper, James Fogg. For Coventry United this evening, number 1, Tom Deitch. 2, Brad Jones. Number 3, Ben Valance. 4, Gift Musa. 5, Jamal Clark. 6, Rob Prinzel. 7, Kyle Carey. 8, the captain, Kevin Thornton. Number 9, Chris Cox. 10 is Lewis Rankin, and number 11, Dominic Elaine. It's Elaine, okay? I've been told so many times it's not Elaine, it's Dominic Elaine. And on the bench for Coventry United, number 12, Kyle Barnett. 13, Ed Caviezel Cox. 14, Niall Rowe. 15, Frankie Bagenet. So those are the starting lineups and the benches for today's match between Coventry United and South Normanton. The referees was Jack Machin. So send your hate mail there if you get any sort of decisions wrong. I'm kidding, we don't endorse that, of course. The Red and Green Army, as well as the Shiners supporters, coming over to the main, well, I say stand, there's no seats in it. There's the Shiners stand behind the goal with a few seats. The other end of the pitch, has a cracking view looking over at Derbyshire, but the players have only got one thing in their sight, and that is the nets. Coventry United hoping to continue their excellent run, which has seen them back in the top half of the table, back into the top 10 as well. They're now in 9th place, and with a couple of teams above them dropping points over the last couple of days, it's a real opportunity for Coventry United to leapfrog certain teams. Of course, Coventry Sphinx drawing 0-0 away at Sporting Cowser, and if you didn't know, there's a big opportunity for United to take some serious points away from some big teams on Easter weekend. We have got 4 matches in 4 days. Yes, you heard me right. 4 matches in 4 days. On Good Friday, it is at Racing Club Warwick. We're live from Racing Club Warwick for the ladies match between Coventry United ladies and QPR. On Saturday, it's Westfields at the Butts Park Arena for the first team. Sunday, Crystal Palace live at the Butts Park Arena for the Coventry United ladies. And on Bank Holiday Monday, it's Highgate United for the first team at the Butts Park Arena. And I am going to tell you, I will have no voice after that. I'm going to be using Stephen Hawking's voice box following that match. But we'll soldier on. We'll bring you live coverage and highlights of every single Coventry United and Coventry United ladies match this season, like we will today. You can get the highlights of this game from tomorrow morning on YouTube, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell next to it to get an update as to when the video will come online. And of course, hit the like button if you enjoyed today's coverage. Share with your friend, leave a comment with your feedback, subscribe to us on YouTube, and get us on Twitter at CovUnitedTV, as we are expecting the players out any minute now. We can see them in the tunnel. South Normanton all in blue, United in red and green as usual. A sporadically attended arena today, mainly filled with Coventry United fans. I've certainly seen a lot more United fans than South Normanton fans at the moment. Of course, United, one of the more highly supported clubs in the MFL Premier Division. But I'm sure many clubs will tell you it's not the size, it's how you use it. And the Red and Greens certainly have size, and they certainly know how to use it. Big crowds, big noise wherever they go. Referee Jack Machin leads the two sides onto the pitch here at the MJ Robinson Structures Arena in Derbyshire. Struggling South Normanton Athletic host Coventry United, who recently have pushed back into the top 10 in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division, but it will not be an easy task. The Red and Greens missing their two top strikers, Luke Barlow now for 6 matches and Shaquille McDonald out for 3, and of course South Normanton have their not so secret weapon in former Championship striker Marcus Tudguy. What will happen in this Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division match? Well, that's what we're here to find out here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. Those starting lineups once again, ladies and gentlemen, for South Normanton Athletic. Number 1, Curtis Hall. 2, Dave Lee. 3, Nathan Morley. 4, Kane Jellyman. Number 5, Mark Strzyzewski. Number 6, Jacob Wright. Number 7, Tom King. 8, Matt Eiley. Number 9, Marcus Tudgay. 10 is Lee Fell. And 11, Tom Lewis. Substitutes for the Shiners this evening. Number 13, James Fogg. Number 14, Josh Ray. And number 15, Tom Layton. For Coventry United this evening, number 1, Tom Deitch. Number 2, Brad Jones. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Gift Musa. 5, Jamal Clark. 6, Rob Frinzel. Number 7 is Kyle Carey. 8, the captain, Kevin Thornton. Number 9, Chris Cox. 10, Lewis Rankin. 11, Dominic Allain. And on the bench for Coventry United, number 12, Kyle Barnett. 13, Ed Caviezel Cox. 14, Niall Rowe. 15, Frankie Bejnet. Captains meeting in the centre with the officials. Kevin Thornton representing the Red and Greens of Coventry United. And of course Mark Strzyzewski for South Normanton Athletic. I bet I'm getting that name wrong, but until someone corrects me, I'm going to keep on using it. So chances are I'm going to look like a pillock for the whole night. Oh, I won't be the first time, eh? Make sure to check out the extended highlights from Coventry United ladies' semi-final defeat in the FA Women's Premier League Cup from Sunday. That includes the full penalty shootout. United going 2-0 up at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium before being pegged back in added time. It went to extra time and penalties, and of course United went out. So the highlights of that match are here on YouTube. Make sure to have a look at them at half-time, although you probably need more than 15 minutes to view them. They're about 22 minutes long. And of course you can get highlights of this match on YouTube from tomorrow morning. It is Coventry United who have won the coin toss, and the Red and Greens will get us underway. Well, it looks to me as if it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 for the Red and Greens, with Shaquille McDonald and Luke Barlow out. Aaron Apoku, of course, working, so he's not going to be in. A number of players missing for the Red and Greens today. Tommy Glasgow is working as well. He's not in. Tom James has got a hamstring injury. Of course, we told you Luke and Shaq are banned. Aaron Apoku working, and of course Aaron Wint is working, but he will be back for Saturday's match, we believe. Coventry United kick things off. We're underway at the MJ Robinson Structures Arena in Derbyshire. Coventry United kicking from left to right. A free kick immediately given on the halfway line towards the right-hand side for South Normanton. Up line picked out by Thornton. That's with Ben Balance. Lobs it forward, hoping to find the head of Chris Cox, but it's intercepted by Lee and fired away by Wright. You have to send it back where it came from, but to no avail. We'll go out of play for a throw-in to South Normanton. Musa spots the run of Carey. The fullback Nathan Morley able to make the clearance. It wasn't a great one. Another one is needed to get South Normanton out of danger. Valance picks it up. In fact, he'll let it go out of play for a throw deep into United territory on the left-hand side. Valance has Musa in support. He'll hoof it up line. Goes over the head of Cox. And Jellyman sticks it deep into United territory. Tudguy couldn't reach it. Clark to Valance. Defenders certainly going to have their work cut out this evening. Speaking to a couple of fans here at South Normanton, it seems as if Tudgay is the only threat for the Shiners, but I'm sure that can't be true. Valance off the head of Dominic Elaine, and it's flicked off the dreadlocked head of Elaine and into touch. And back to the goalkeeper, Curtis Hull. Hull clears. Flicked on by the head of Gift Musa, and now to the feet of Jamal Clark, looking to send Chris Cox on his way. Down the left-hand side, it's picked up by Jellyman. And he has no option but to put it into touch, allow his teammates to trap back and help out. Valance will take the throw. Looking for the option. Towards a lane. And one in the air by the South Normanton defender. Lobbed upfield for Tudgay. Met in the air by Rob Prinzel. It's not the best of headers by Brad Jones. And Dyche has to come up and blast it clear. Hairy moment for the Red and Greens. Prinzel to Dyche, to Brad Jones, you'd say. Musa across to the left-hand side now. It's with Ben Valance at left back, a bit of space to work with. Cox lets it run to Lewis Rankin into the penalty area. He's got Strozewski for company. The captain forced towards the left-hand side. It's gone over the white line. Now to play for the corner kick. Final touch coming from Dave Lee. Plenty of red shirts in the box awaiting this corner kick. Into the box, and Prinzel at the far post, not towards the net. And it's a simple gather for Curtis Hall. I believe it may have been the defender who tried to pass it back to his keeper. I don't think Prinzel actually got a touch on it. Down the left flank by the Shawbury number 3, Nathan Morley. Easy pickings for Brad Jones. Now it's back to Tom Dyche, the former Stoke City youngster. And of course the former England youth international.
Get on his touch.
Dyche is allowing Tudgay to close up. Tudgay doesn't. And the clearance goes to the head of Morley. End-to-end stuff. United calling for an offside against Marcus Tudgay, and it is given. Rob Prinzel places the ball. The ball looks to be still rolling. In fact, United haven't taken the free kick yet. So the ball is stationary. And Brad Jones sizes up his options towards his left. Referee said that the free kick can be taken. Jones taking his time towards the penalty area. Up jumps the number 5, Strojewski. Right down the right. Tom King giving chase, but he won't reach it. Easy interception for Jamal Clark. Not the best of passes to Musa, but a heavy first touch from Matt Eiley allows United to pick up the scraps. Prinzel wings it, hoping to find Carl Carey, who's playing on the right-hand side this evening, but it bounces over the white line. Morley makes sure that Carey couldn't reach it. That's one hell of a throw from Morley, but it's thrown to the boot of Lewis Rankin. Strojewski, the interception. That's a rather poor back heel by Matt Eiley. Carey to Elaine. Fordson now on the left-hand side with Ben Valance. Cross towards that far post, and Chris Cox is in there! It was up the post, but a foul has been given against Cox. Cox going barrelling into the goalkeeper. Sizable contact, and Cox's header cannoned off the woodwork. I think Cox knew that he wasn't going to get away with that. So we've had 5 minutes here on CUTV, live from the NJ Robinson Structures Arena. South Normanton Athletic 0, Coventry United 0 is the current score in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Goal kick nodded on by Musa. In fact, I think came off the head of the number 10, Lee Fell last. Lewis, and stabbed out of play by Kyle Carey on the left flank, deep into red and green's territory. Morley will go up to take the throw. Well, it's good to see that Dominic Elaine isn't the only one who wears headbands, as the captain Strahevski is also fetching one today. Morley's throw. Plays a 1-2, crossing opportunity for the left back, takes on Gift Musa. There's not many people that can take it around the number 4. But the cross left a lot to be desired from Nathan Morley. The top player was fine, but the end product was certainly lacking. So it will be Tom Deitch to place the ball and blast it clear. Never present in the starting lineup since the shot retirement of Rich Morris. Prince are offering the short option, but Tudgay's in the vicinity. I don't think Deitch is going to risk it. Indeed, he isn't. Up jumps Elaine. Gets something on the ball, but not enough, as it's intercepted by Lee. Sends it up line for Fell. Up jumps Clark, and that allows Ben Valence to get onto the loose ball. But he'll concede the throw halfway into the red and green's half. Poor touch by King. He'll get it back. Tom King with the cross. Prinzel stops the ball before he can get to Tudgay. It's hoofed away only as far as Eiley. But in goes Kyle Carey to make the interception. Pass right. Looking to send Cox on his way. Chest control by Cox. He's got Rankin to his right. Here's Lewis Rankin trying to score with that early form of the first few months of the season. He's got the chance to score some goals today, playing off Cox, who's playing as the main striker. Rankin gets it from Carey, space on the right for Brad Jones. Will Jones go for the shot? He will! And that was not a bad effort at all from Brad Jones. It shaved the side netting as it flew past the stanchion. Well, Brad Jones would have been talking about that goal for months if it flew in. And unlike that spectacular strike we saw against Roster, he meant that one. Just a shame it didn't fly into that top corner. It looked for all the world as if that's where it was heading. So up steps Curtis Hall to fire the ball away from his penalty area. Clark's header picked up by Elaine. Cox slips and it rolls past him. Long ball from the back, nodded on by Rob Prinzel, keeping away from Marcus Tudgay. But here comes South Normanton again. Tom Lewis just about keeps it in and takes it around Kyle Carey. Slips as he gets the pass away. It's picked up by Musa. Now with Kevin Thornton. No offside against Chris Cox. He's past the last defender. Has to hold his run and wait for further option. Shot blocked. It's back with Cox. Now Rankin spins on the dime. Tries to get the cross in. It's Lewis Rankin. Crosses in. And he goes all the way out to the post. And there's Cox. Couldn't get onto it. It's all happening in the early minutes. Thornton picks it up. United will go again, but this time the challenge by Strahevski keeps it away from Cox. Thornton again receives it from Carey. Cleared as far as Rob Prinzel. But he's given the ball straight to Lewis. And in goes Brad Jones with a tackle from behind to poke it out of play away from the feet of Tom Lewis. So we've had 10 minutes. It remains South Normanton 0, Coventry 0. And it seems to be the Red and Greens who have had the better of the chances. Up line by Morley, nodded on by Lee Fell, but out comes Tom Deitch to make the gather and rolls it out for Rob Prinzel. Striding into plenty of space. Now sticks his boot through it. Elaine racing down the left-hand side. Will he get there before Lee? He will, and he'll keep it in, and he'll win the throw right in the corner. Great play from Coventry United. And they're in a fantastic position to do something with this ball. It's thrown to Thornton. Trying to return it to Elaine, blocked up by two South Normanton players, but Thornton wins it back. It's Cox in the area, trying to set up Kyle Carey, pass blocked, intercepted by Elaine on the left-hand side, crosses cleared. And now it's Lewis, racing clear, only as far as Rob Prinzel, who sends that ball towards the catch fencing. And it's a good job that fencing was there, otherwise that ball wouldn't have been coming back. There will be a throw to South Normanton, but again, a good spell of Coventry United pressure does not result in a goal, but they keep on getting those chances. They will get the lead somehow. Thrown by Morley over the head of Carey, up by Jones, nodded towards the penalty area by Fell, cleared by Prinzel. Now it's with South Normanton on the right-hand side. It's a rather wayward ball by Dave Lee. Lee was hoping to find Tom King, but he didn't find him. Elaine tries to take it around Lee, but to no avail. Now it's back with Hull. Easily picked up in the centre circle by Gift Musa. Lets it bounce to space on the right-hand side for Carey. But it's a sensational run by Gift Musa. He'll keep on going. It was nearly a repeat of that incredible setup for Kyle Carey against Shawbury. But this time he couldn't stay on his feet after a sliding challenge. Lewis Rankin will place the ball. Carey and Thornton also in the vicinity. Looks like a three-man wall for South Normanton. And a yellow card given to the number 10, Lee Fell. So the first booking of the game goes to the South Normanton attacker. All but the two wingers back to defend this free kick. It looks like it's going to be Lewis Rankin. Carey, Rankin, Thornton all ready to hit this one at goal, but who will it be? Rankin seems to be diverting traffic. Whistle blown. Rankin shots! Oh, and that was so close. Bouncing wide to the goalkeeper's left. Well, Hall hasn't had to make an impressive save so far, but that ball has come dangerously close to his goal on numerous occasions in the opening 15 minutes. Another signal of intent for Coventry United, and South Normanton will not get too many more warnings. Hall clears, flicked on by Fell, only as far as Brad Jones. Up line, Sorevsky nods it on. It's flicked out of play by Nathan Morley on the left-hand side. Coventry United with the throw-in taken by Brad Jones. I mean, Jones wanted Carey to take it. Here's with Kyle Carey now. Here's Cox. Lays it off for Lewis Rankin. Space on the left for Elaine, but Rankin may go himself. And that one was more accustomed to a rugby effort than a football one. You had to admire Lewis Rankin's desire for goals. It's been a while since he's found the net. That early season form has been lacking. You can't blame him for trying, but it wasn't the best of efforts. It remains at 0-0. So around 20 minutes gone at the MJ Robinson Structures Arena in Derbyshire. South Normanton 0, Coventry 0. Hall clears. Again won in the air by Jamal Clark. Those goal kicks don't seem to be working for Hall, but that from Clark results in a throw on the halfway line on the right-hand side for South Normanton. To be taken by Dave Lee. Humongous throw, but again won in the air by Clark. Picked up by Jacob Wright in the space on the left-hand side for Tom Lewis. Can he get space for the shot? Twists and turns his way around that penalty area. Eventually loses out. It's King's cross. Sudgate tries to keep it in, but he won't reach it. And a goal kick is the result. It's the first time we've seen South Normanton up that end of the field for a good 10 minutes. The Shiners in dire straits towards the bottom of the Premier Division table. They really could do with some points. United's bid to win the Premier Division is probably over. It's not impossible. We've seen stranger things happen. United have always said they will not give up until it's mathematically impossible, and at the minute it's far from that. And with sides in inconsistent form, you have to say United are right to keep pushing until the end. They want to try and beat last season's 7th place finish. For South Normanton, it's all about survival as it's put towards Tom Lewis, and Brad Jones got a little bit lucky there as Lewis stumbled, and now Jones has got to try and clear. He's laid up to Rob Prinzel in the penalty area. His clearance is towards Carey, but too hot to handle for the winger. Now South Normanton seem to have woken up after a good spell of pressure from United. It's the Shiners on the attack. Jacob Wright. Nice turn into the box and caught well by Tom Dyche. Lee fell in there. The kick hoped for Chris Cox. It has found Cox via a tackle on the defender. Cox slides in but can't keep it away. Valance on the left-hand side. United look to build from the back. Rankin. Thornton. Here's Carey. Cox is offside and can't touch it. Carey spotted the lane in some space. It's poor control by Dave Lee, which allows the winger to get back in there. Makes the block on the clearance, but it will be a throw to the Shiners. Throw by Lee, nodded on by Marcus Tudgay. He's rarely featured in this match. Fell. Away by Jamal Clark. Now it's with Kevin Thornton. Forward to Chris Cox. Back to Thornton. Trying to put it into the air for Lewis Rankin. Blocked off. But it's Rankin down the left-hand side again. So Thornton, I should say. Here's Dominic Lane. Crossing towards Lewis Rankin. And it's out of play off the South Normanton midfielder. For the corner kick came off Kane Jellyman last. And the Red and Greens will have the set piece from the right flank. Well, Lewis Rankin goes over to take it. His corner routines have provided quite a few goals this season. Another one would do United very nicely here. Elaine on the line, everyone else towards that far post. Thornton on the edge of the box. Not the best of corners, it's nodded away easy by Jellyman. Thornton tries his best to pick up the ball. He battles with Jacob Wright and does get the throw. That is not a typical Lewis Rankin corner. Thornton up the left-hand side. Crossing opportunity for Chris Cox, but he's forced off the ball by Lee, and he spins away from the United attacker, and the clearance cannons off the upper leg of Chris Cox. Not at all convincing from South Normanton. Well, United will be hoping to get the job done tonight if they need some added spice up front. They've only really got one man to call on. That's Frankie Bajonet, and it's surprising to see Frankie on the bench. It's probably to try and save his energy for some very busy periods for Coventry United. Still around 14 matches to play in just over 5 weeks. Here at CUTV, we've still got 30 matches in around 6.5 weeks. Here's Thornton, picks up the goal kick. Musa in the centre circle, back to Brad Jones in defence. Jones looking for somewhere to go, lays it off for Prinzel. Didn't have an awful lot of options there. Prinzel across to Clark, and South Normanton putting on a little bit of pressure here. Clark's long ball to chest of a lane, couldn't control. Jacob Wright took it, was offside, and will let that ball drift towards that penalty area where Tom Dyche will take it under his wing. Prinzel, closed down by Fell, but gets the clearance away in time. Carey's the intended target. It may well find Kyle Carey. It does. Holds it up well. Into the box now for Lewis Rankin. It's Rankin with the shot. And again, just wide the near post, but United are getting closer. It's been all Coventry United so far, and Lewis Rankin with another strike, which was close, but not close enough.
Hey, don't get caught.
20 minutes gone. And it remains at 0-0. If United keep on going like this, it won't be 0-0 for long. Of course, next time we're on air here on CUTV, just 2 days' time, Good Friday, live from Racing Club Warwick. It's a home game for Coventry United, ladies, but the Wits Park Arena unavailable that day due to the rugby. So we'll be playing the Women's Premier League Southern Division match against QPR at Racing Club Warwick. Coverage starts from 1:45 p.m. on Friday. Poor control by Morley. It gives Kyle Carey the chance to break forward. Plays on 1-2 with Lewis Rankin. Crossing opportunity now. It's put in towards Chris Cox. And again, the defender's able to clear, and it's pumped upfield towards Marcus Tudgay, who hasn't been brought into the game so far. Dyche over to Jamal Clark. It's all well and good having a secret weapon up front. If you can't get the ball to him, it's not really much point having him there. Prinzel. A hopeful ball into no man's land. Nodded away by Jellyman, but that's with Cox over to Elaine. Cox again was back to Jellyman. Tries to set up some space for himself. It's Chris Cox. Carey on the right-hand side. Sets himself up. Lays it off for Thornton. It's Kyle Carey with a bobbling shot. And Hall will save that all day long. Hall's clearance. Fell jumps. But Clark gets his head in it. Up goes Thornton. Loses out to Jacob Wright, but that's with Gift Musa for Coventry United. Flicked up by Carey, down by Carey, and back to Brad Jones at right back. Carey. Jones. Now with Thornton, back to Brad Jones. Where will the fullback go from here? Towards the penalty area where Chris Cox is waiting. Heads it up. Who will bring it down? Well, it's nodded away by Strajewski, the South Normanton skipper. Great work by Elaine to take it away from Tom King, but he out-tricks himself and it will go out of play. So the throw to South Normanton, as it was took out of play by Dominic Elaine. This is pretty much the squad that United will be going forth with for the rest of the season, except for 6 players out due to injury, work or suspension. Marcus Tudgay bundled to the floor as he made his way towards the Coventry United penalty area, I should say. So finally an opportunity for South Normanton to put some pressure on the Coventry United goal, something they haven't done in a good old while. Jacob Wright stands over it, the South Normanton number 6. Most of the options waiting on the edge of the penalty area, ready to run in. Dodge off his line. That could be dangerous for Coventry United if he doesn't claim it. Well, it won't be dangerous, so that's going to be one of the worst free kicks I've seen in a long time. Straight into the wall. And to be fair, Dominic Elaine is not the tallest of players, so how it's hit him, I'm not quite sure. He'll get the chance to cross it in again, and again it's blocked by a Coventry United player. This time it's the lower back of Ben Valance. Another chance for South Normanton to get it into the box. In from the right-hand side by Lee. And Deitch catches it. United creating a bit of separation. A bit of space for Deitch to try and find. Rolls it out short to Jamal Clark. Elaine was back to 2 blue shirts taken out. Referee gives no foul, and in fact, well, he's helped United out a little bit there. He's blocked the pass, and it allows Thornton to pick it up. Prinzel, who's been spectacular over the past couple of games. Great run by Gift Musa. Carey, now Jones. Musa's carried on that run. Still going to Gift Musa, and taken out by Strajewski. Gift Musa sent flying. It will be a free kick, and it's probably going to be a yellow card as well. Strajewski's name is going to be taken. Yellow card for the Shiner skipper. So from the right flank, it's going to be Kevin Thornton. He's got Carey alongside, so he's got that short corner option, short free kick option if he needs. Carey moves away and allows Kevin Thornton to go solo. It's laid off for Carey. First time shot blocked by Jellyman. So Normanton able to clear as far as Tom Lewis. Stumbles. And Brad Jones sends it back into danger. They'll try and get it away now. Play it back to the goalkeeper by Wright. And the kick from Hall out of play for a Coventry United throw. The danger not ended by any means as Kyle Carey picks up the ball. Distributes it to Brad Jones. Over the defence and into Lewis Rankin in the penalty area. What will he do with it here? It's Rankin. Carey's down line. Rankin in towards that far post, but it rolls past Valance. Tom King sprints down the right. Valance takes him out and takes the ball as well. Switches the play to Brad Jones. 25 minutes gone, remains 0-0. Jones spots a lane down the right hand side, finds Dominic a lane. Will he get the ball in? Strajewski putting him off. And it's controlled in the near post by Kane Jellyman. The clearance is only as far as Kyle Carey. Now Thornton. Musa, it was a little bit too quick for Lewis Rankin. He wasn't expecting it. And the loose ball collected by Curtis Hall. So 25 minutes gone. We're taking a short break here on CUTV at half time to swap over the batteries on the laptop. So make sure you tune in again for the second half here on Coventry United TV on YouTube. You won't find this coverage anywhere else. Hall with the clearance. On goes Tudgay. Tudgay nods it on. And a brilliant save with the hand of Tom Deitch. As Tom Lewis saw him off his line, got the ball from Tudgay, tried to pick out that top corner with outstanding reflexes from the former England youth international to deny South Normanton.
Come on, go get your head on this then.
Well, Lewis will whip in the corner from the left-hand side. Without a doubt, the best move that South Normanton have picked out so far. It's whipped in from the left by Tom King. Up rather than out by Valance, who's in there, no, towards the net by Matt Eiley. And Deitch again with safe hands.
Straight lines, straight lines.
Rolled out to Gift Musa. Prinzel. Poor touch by Carey, sent forward by Lewis. Tudgay's offside, but Deitch beat him to the ball anyway. He's quicker than he looks, Tom Deitch. Prinzel rolls it to Brad Jones, quickly closed down by Tom Lewis and takes it around the winger beautifully and played back to Tom Deitch. United seemingly with nowhere to go. Now Clark. South Normanton have boxed United in over the past couple of minutes. Thornton up line to Lewis Rankin. Poor touch to Coxon, cleared by Jellyman. Up jumps Prinzel to get his head on the resulting long ball. Referee gives a free kick against Rob Prinzel for making contact with Tudgay. Well, standing over it is Matt Eiley. There's probably going to be an effort into the penalty area rather than a shot at goal. A little bit too far out for the number 8. Eiley repositions the ball ahead of this delivery. Tudgay wants it at the far post. Will he get it? He won't, as Brad Jones gets his head on the ball. You can see where Eiley was trying to go with it. Alaney with the header. Rankin puts it through for Chris Cox, one-on-one, but out comes the goalkeeper, Curtis Hall, and volleys it away. And it's put towards the Coventry United dugout by Tom King for a Coventry United throw inside their own half, taken quickly. Here's Kevin Thornton, receives it from Valance. Carey on the right, and he is the intended target through Thornton's loose ball. Can't take it around Morley. Now here comes Tom Lewis. A neat ball by Fell towards Nathan Morley. Takes on Brad Jones and wins. It's Morley towards that far post, and again no one home for South Normanton. 15 minutes to go in the first half. And it remains at South Normanton no, Coventry United no, but it's not for the want of trying. United had a good 15 minutes of pressure. Now South Normanton, the last 5 minutes, have taken the game and ran with it, but neither side hitting that net yet. Deitch with the run up. Deitch with the boots upfield. Up jumps Chris Cox. Beaten in the air by Strajewski and flicked on by Fell. Lewis trying to put it over the top of the defence. He's caught by Brad Jones. Tudgay didn't get the ball, so the referee will go back to the free kick. About 15 yards into Coventry territory. And again, South Normanton trying to use this good spell of pressure to their advantage and take the lead, a much needed lead. At this stage of the season, 3 points could be a difference between relegation and safety. Eiley is going to take it. He could well roll it to Tom Lewis. In fact, Lewis is going to roll it towards the right-hand side with Jacob Wright. Dyche is off his line, but it goes wide anyway.
We're not testing him.
Well, Dyche has had to make one great save, but apart from that, it's been simple catches and wayward crosses from South Normanton. So Dyche again will plant his boots straight through that lever and try and find a teammate in the midfield. Dyche clears. Met in the air by Eiley. Musa wins the second, only as far as Jacob Wright. And there's space to work with for Tom Lewis, who'll keep it in on that left flank. Jones trying to jockey him. Cross put in. Again, no one home. And Valance makes the clearance before Tom King can do anything with it. Lee keeps it in. Back into the box, chest control by Jamal Clark. And United have got to get away from the danger zone, which they have. They couldn't find Chris Cox up line, and South Normanton will go again. And they'll foul again with Jamal Clark picking it up. And again, they do nothing with the ball, just give it straight back to South Normanton, who give it straight back to Coventry United. They're playing the ball as lava or something. Carey to Thornton. Jones on the right and has to get the ball before Lewis comes steaming in and takes it. Cox with a stumble. Side from behind by Jellyman. Referee says no foul. Clark runs to the left now with Dominic Elaine. Where's he going to go from here? Overlap being made by Ben Valance. It's still Elaine. Carey lets it run to Rankin. Kyle wants it through. It's laid off to Kevin Thornton. Not the best of passes, and Lee ends the danger for now. Clark. His long ball volleyed out of play by Lee. Both sides lacking that clinical edge in the opening half an hour. We're nearing the 35th minute now. Valance throws to Gift Musa. A bit of a shove by Fell. Referee doesn't give the free kick. It was certainly forceful by the number 10. Lewis making the run. Wants it through from Fell. Pass towards Marcus Tudgay. Blocked by Jamal Clark. But it is Tom King in possession on the right flank. Tudgay with him. The centre with Matt Eiley. Elaine pushes him to the floor. And United were denied a free kick for the same thing around 30 seconds ago. But Elaine's shove has been penalised. In all fairness, I'd probably say that Fell's push would certainly do a lot more damage than Elaine's. There's a crossing opportunity from the right-hand side for Tom King, the former Coventry United winger. It's King, head away by Jamal Clark, now Dominic Elaine. Thornton will have the chance to clear. Doesn't take that chance just yet and will square it to Tom Dyche, the goalkeeper. Here's Brad Jones. You have to create a bit of space for themselves. They've barely been up the over end of the pitch for the last 10 minutes or so. They just can't seem to get out of their own half. Across the Thornton. And United get themselves into South Normanton territory. Here's Carey playing a more central role. Prinzel to Musa. Not a lot of movement in the Coventry United midfield. Thornton's dropped deep. Plays it up line to Lewis Rankin. Looks like a change in formation for United. They may be going for a 4-3-3. Rankin closed down quickly by Tom King and a pull on the shoulder by King. Free kick to Coventry United. United will take it quickly. It's with Carey, but not the better passes to Brad Jones. Picked up by Lewis. Morley on the left flank. Bit of space to work with. Closed down by Carey, but he'll get the ball away towards Marcus Tudgay. Tudgay chest control, and it's to the feet of Rob Prinzel. Elaine with his back to the fullback Dave Lee. Thornton in the midfield, rolls it across to Gift Musa. Surging run from Musa, we've seen this before. Cox lines up the shot. In fact, tries to lay it off to Kyle Carey, and again the passing in the final third leaves a lot to be desired. Ball down the left-hand side. Marcus Tudguy is in the post and can get this in from the left-hand side. Forza comes across trying to block him. It's laid off for Lewis. Could get the shot away. It's Lewis and blocked. I believe it was Prinzel who got the final touch on that, and it's out of play for a throw. But you had to ask the question: how on earth did Tudguy get all that space on the left-hand side? Who was tracking him?
Pull the trigger.
5 minutes until the, in fact, no, it's more like 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go, actually. So 10 minutes until the break. Throw by Morley. Nodded on by Tudguy. Clark is heading it on a lane. Up rather than out. Another header gets it a little bit clearer this time. Right. Trying to volley it into the penalty area. It's a rather lightweight pass. Carey to Jones, who will clear. It's met in the centre by Wright and into the South Normanton back line. Jellyman tries to take it around Lewis Rankin, and he has done. Jellyman spots the run, but Jamal Clark with a crucial interception as Tom Lewis was hoping to get onto that loose ball and stride towards the box. But United doing the attacking now with Dominic Allain. Valance making the overlap. Here is Ben Valance, crossing opportunity. Not the best of crosses and cleared by Kane Jellyman, but it will be a throw. This is more like it from Coventry United. The first meaningful attack they've had in around 10 minutes. Thornton. Valance. Trying to get away from that left side. Here's Kyle Carey. First time pass to Chris Cox. He's onside. Lays it off for Musa. Push from behind by Lee fell. Musa fell. And it will be a free kick for Coventry United.
Got the cheapens.
Well, Rob Prinzel's standing over this one. We've seen a few rockets from Prinzel's boot before. They're a dime and a dozen. You see one or two every season. We've only seen one so far, so another one would certainly be well timed for Rob Prinzel. Carey, Thornton and Rankin all there too. It's going to be Prinzel. It's blocked by the wall and cleared. It will be a throw around the halfway line for the Red and Greens. Taken by the captain, Kevin Thornton. Musa. Back to Thornton. Finds Rankin with a nice ball. Poor control from Lewis Rankin. Hooked away by Morley. Chest control by Marcus Tudguy. The Shiners' main goal threat. Hasn't had a sniff at goal just yet, but he's getting involved now. Right. Doesn't reach right, and Allain sends Chris Cox forward. It bounces for Cox. Brings it down to earth. Trying to learn the shot there, but he wasn't ready for it. It's Cox on the left-hand side. Tries to spin away from Lee. Finds Dominic Allain. Into the box, over Kyle Carey. Brings it down. It's Carey. Trying to line up the shot, but a tackle made by Strajewski.
Get him out.
All the way back into United half now with Jamal Clark. Switches the play to Brad Jones. Acres of space for the experienced fullback. Switches the play again to Dominic Allain. It doesn't reach him this time. Lee flicked it away, but Valance will get there for Coventry United. Valance loses his marker. Kevin Thornton into Allain in the penalty area for Kevin Thornton. Shrugged to the ground. Referee says no penalty. And Lee lets it go across the line for a goal kick. No doubt there was contact. A shoulder barge on Thornton. But the referee feels that the contact was not enough to warrant a spot kick. And with 5 minutes to go, that decision seems to have doomed us to a goalless first half.
Yellow card then if you're not yellow.
Well, it would have been a yellow card for diving if the referee felt Thornton dived, but he obviously felt that there was contact, but not enough to warrant the spot kick. Hall's clearance towards Marcus Tudguy. Header won by Rob Prinzel, but there's Tom King on the right flank to pick it up for the Shiners. Tries to spin away from Dominic Allain. Allain does well to slide in, take it away, and he was pulled from behind by Tom King, who's gone down injured. Maybe he was caught by a flailing arm of Dominic Allain, who knows. But the referee, Mr. Machin, calls over the South Normanton physio And King will get some treatment. Again, we're going off there at half-time to swap over the batteries on the laptop to ensure we can bring the second half of this match in full. So go and make yourself a cup of tea and be back here for the second half here on Coventry United TV. You won't find this coverage anywhere else, so make sure to hit the subscribe button as well for more exclusive content from the Red and Greens. And we're back on air on Friday live from Racing Club Warwick for the Women's Premier League Southern Division match between Coventry United and QPR. It's been 3 months, since, in fact no, it's been 4 months since Coventry United ladies have played a league fixture. Do you know who that one was against? Yeah, that's right. Queen's Park Rangers played at Uxbridge FC. United winning by 10 goals to 1 that day. QPR have made some pretty sizable signings since then. Back to the first team action. Jones up line to Carey. Jones with the overlap. Return to Brad Jones in a more attacking position. Crossing the right hand side. That's pretty wayward from Jones. Although it's not too far away from the scenario which saw him score against Roaster. Hopeful cross flew into the top corner. That time it's skewed a little bit more towards the right. As we close in on the break, Curtis Hall will take the goal kick. Oh, Tom King is okay. He's back on the field, so no damage done after that collision with Dominic Elaine. Hall clears. Prinzel beats Tudguy in the air. Now it falls to the feet of Kevin Thornton. Now Carey. Cox making the run, but it's found Gift Musa. Rankin. Tackle from behind. And now South Normanton break with Tom Lewis. Tries to take it past Rob Prinzel. Prinzel's boot takes it out of play for the South Normanton throw. Around halfway into Red and Green's territory. United looking for a third consecutive victory. He's 6th in 8 games. Only 2 defeats in that time, coming at the Victoria Ground against Bromsgrove and Worcester. Thrown to the box, pretty simple header. As United get it away, and what a run this is by Kyle Carey. He's got Cox to his right. Cox will surge down the right flank, trying to catch up to this one. He does. He slides in on Kay Jellyman, who is furious that the referee hasn't given the foul. Well, Jellyman clearly got the final touch as it was sent out for a Coventry United throw. Well, Cox is bemused as to something said by Jellyman. Well, what's the official going to decide here? He simply says for United to get going with the free kick. So with the throw-in, I should say. It was a throw-in. And the referee is called over Chris Cox. Sorry, Kevin Thornton, I should say. He said skipper. Cox is usually the captain, and of course, Kevin Thornton's taken the hand since his return to the club. A quick conversation between Cox and Thornton. Cox obviously not happy with something in the exchange with Kane Jellyman. The referee doesn't like the continued discussions. Brad Jones with a throw. Here's Cox. Tries to back heel through Lewis's legs, but Lewis gets a touch on it and blocks it. Now it's South Normanton on the break. Fell. He's got King to the right. Not the best of passing for King. He has to hold his run and backtrack. But now he's trying to take it around Ben Valance. Takes it past Thornton, still going King towards that penalty area, and it's intercepted by Brad Jones. United try and get things rolling now. Long ball down the right for Chris Cox. Cox will bring it down to earth. Can he take it around Morley? Cox going all the way to the byline. He's got Brad Jones behind. Jones makes it upfield and lays it off for Kyle Carey. Back to Brad Jones in the penalty area. It's Brad Jones with the cross and fired over his own goal by Kane Jellyman. Dangerous times indeed for the Shiners. They got away with that one. Any sort of clean contact in that penalty area from a Coventry United shirt surely would have sent it into the net. But luckily for South Normanton, Jellyman was able to get it away and somehow not send it into his own net. Resulting corner by Thornton. Clark jumps for it, but it's cleared by Fell. Picked up again the left-hand side. Ranking in towards Clark. Headed up rather than out by Tudguy. Volleyed away by Morley. Bounces awkwardly, but Carey will bring it under control in the midfield for Coventry United. Across to Rob Prinzel, but it won't reach Prinzel. Now to Tom Lewis, can't take it around Prinzel. And it's cannoned off his leg to Kevin Thornton. United won't have many more chances in the first half. They've got to try and take them. It's a shot by Kyle Carey! Oh no, it was Cox! It was Chris Cox! The strike by Cox! Destined for the bottom corner. A driven effort from Coxey. And the Red and Greens take a deserved lead at the MJ Robinson Structures Arena. It's South Normanton 0, Coventry 1. That's shot like a rocket from Cox's boot.
Where have you got this time from, Ref?
The referee start things again. Well, we are now into added time, and the referee blows the whistle for half-time immediately after the goal. Chris Cox giving Coventry United the lead right before the break. Half-time score, South Normanton 0, Coventry United 1. And we're going off there now here on CUTV. We'll see you again in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.